If you found this message today, it is not a random coincidence. Something in your spirit was guided here, a pull that whispers you are meant to hear these words at this exact moment. The universe has many voices, but only a few hearts are tuned to its frequency, and yours has answered the call. You already know the energy around you feels different, heavier in some ways, sharper in others. That tension you cannot quite name is the sign that today is not just another day. It is a test, a cosmic moment that demands your awareness. This warning is not for everyone. Many will scroll past, blind to what is rising in the unseen layers of time. But if your eyes remain here, it means you are part of the small circle allowed to glimpse what others cannot. Consider this your seal of belonging, a private key to an invisible gate opening on this day. And that gate, if crossed with wisdom, carries blessings. If ignored, it can release karmic traps you do not want to awaken. Virgo stands at the center of this test. On this day, their quiet strength becomes a mirror that reflects not only their path, but the path of those who stand beside or against them. You might believe you know Virgo well, but the truth is their energy shifts dramatically under cosmic pressure. This is why today, of all days, you cannot afford to cross them. Their silence hides not weakness, but a sacred fire ready to burn through illusions. If you align with them, miracles and breakthroughs may unfold. If you resist or provoke, you may find yourself trapped in lessons of loss and confusion. Think of this message as a map for what lies ahead. You will understand why Virgo carries this warning, what signs you must notice, and how to act with wisdom in this rare alignment. Each part of what follows reveals one of the 3 reasons you must not ignore today's gate. The journey will not just explain, it will prepare you to hold the energy correctly, so it blesses you instead of testing you harshly. Remain with me until the end. A decree waits at the close of this passage, a spoken key that seals your timeline in protection and guides your steps beyond this fragile window. Virgo has often been underestimated, their quiet nature mistaken for passivity, their discipline seen as rigidity rather than sacred preparation. Yet beneath their calm exterior lies a reservoir of strength that few can comprehend until it is revealed in decisive moments. Many people miss this truth because Virgo does not shout their power. They embody it in silence, and silence has always been misread. But the silence of Virgo is not emptiness. It is storage, accumulation, the patient gathering of unseen energy waiting for the right hour to emerge. For years, Virgos have carried burdens in solitude, enduring struggles that no one fully saw, holding pain as if it were a private duty. And yet, what was carried in secret will not remain hidden forever. The universe has a way of balancing scales, and the private pain of Virgo now rises toward public recognition. What they endured in silence is being reshaped into honor, into a new strength that cannot be denied. To cross them today is to collide with justice itself, for the unseen has recorded every seed they planted through sacrifice and perseverance. Understand this. Virgo's discipline was never a cage. It was a forge. Every act of restraint, every refusal to bend where others would have broken, was a preparation for a time like this. What looked like limits were actually foundations. What looked like delays were cosmic alignments. Virgo's patience is not weakness but strategy, and their methodical spirit ensures they never miss the moment when the door finally opens. Above all, Virgo carries a mission larger than themselves. They are here to cut ancestral patterns, to break cycles of chaos, to heal what was repeated for generations. When you interact with a Virgo, you are not just facing an individual, you are facing a lineage, a bridge between what was and what must never be again. To misunderstand their silence is to misunderstand the role they play in cosmic design. This is why today's energy must be read carefully. Virgo is not simply reacting. They are embodying an ancient call, one that awakens whenever integrity is tested. What rises through them now is not personal, it is universal. And as we step deeper, the mystical structure behind this moment will begin to reveal itself. showing why this exact day has become a spiritual gate. What unfolds on this day is not random, nor is it shaped by human will alone. There is a hidden architecture moving behind the scenes, a spiritual engineering that marks certain moments as thresholds. September 16th is one of those moments, a day when Virgo becomes a gatekeeper of order in the middle of unseen chaos. To cross them now is to cross that order itself, and the consequences ripple far beyond what the eye can measure. The sky mirrors this invisible design. The moon rests in its waning phase, a time of release and cleansing. Symbolically, this is the hour when old energies are cut away, when patterns that no longer serve are pushed out of the soul's system. For Virgo, this lunar current sharpens their role as purifier, judge, and guardian. Their presence becomes less negotiable and more absolute, like a boundary drawn not by choice but by cosmic decree. When Virgo says no, they are echoing the moon's command to let go. Why does this matter now? Because this day is a cosmic test. It presses hidden buttons in people, forces truths into the light, and challenges integrity in ways that cannot be faked. Virgo, already sensitive to detail and truth, becomes the focal point of this gate. Those aligned with honesty will feel supported, even blessed. Those who resist will feel exposed, even undone. The label of cosmic test is not symbolic only. It is the name of the unseen exam running through every interaction today. To understand this test clearly, remember that crossing Virgo does not simply mean conflict. It can mean ignoring their intuition, dismissing their boundaries, or undermining their quiet wisdom. In every case, what is actually crossed is balance, and the universe has a way of correcting imbalance. The first signs that this test is active may appear subtle. Repeating numbers flashing unexpectedly, déjà vu so strong it unsettles you, a sudden shiver in stillness, or dreams that echo warnings. These are the whispers of the soul announcing that the gate is open. This is not meant to create fear. The lesson is not about panic, but about awareness. To see the invisible patterns is already half the victory. Once you are awake, you cannot fall back asleep without consequence. And now that the structure is clear, we can move into the heart of it. The 3 reasons you cannot cross Virgo today, beginning with the truth that they see what others miss. The first reason you must not cross Virgo today lies in their uncanny ability to see what others overlook. Where most people pass by the hidden details, Virgo's perception locks onto them, dissecting every layer until truth is uncovered. This is not just observation. It is an inner radar, sharpened by years of silence and discipline, that catches falsehoods in tone, motives in gestures, and lies in the smallest inconsistencies. Under the weight of today's cosmic test, this gift becomes sharper than ever. You may think a secret is safe, that a half-truth is convincing, or that a shadow motive is hidden. Yet Virgo notices. They may not always confront it immediately, but their mind records it, their heart measures it, and their spirit prepares a response. To cross them with deception now is to risk standing naked before a mirror that reflects exactly what you hope to conceal. In their silence, you may mistake them for passive, but it is in silence that Virgo gathers the evidence no one else has patience to collect. Imagine a scene where someone, confident in their cleverness, attempts to manipulate a Virgo. Words flow easily, but Virgo sits still, expression calm. Later, when the truth surfaces, it is revealed that Virgo had known all along, watching, measuring, waiting. The shock belongs to the deceiver, not to Virgo. This is how their gift works. Quiet revelation that arrives like lightning when least expected. The error most make is underestimating this vision, assuming that Virgo's calm means blindness. But blindness is the opposite of what they embody. Their vision is almost forensic, an alchemy of intuition and logic that exposes what is hidden. The wiser path is not to test it, not to gamble against a soul designed to see. So, what should you do instead? The protocol is simple. Meet Virgo with honesty and respect. Speak with clarity, act with sincerity, and trust that they will honor the truth when it is given freely. To align with Virgo's vision is to align with protection itself, for their clarity guards against traps you may not even see approaching. Remember this affirmation: truth protects me. Hold it close as you continue, because the test deepens from here. The first reason warns of their sight, but the second reveals something greater: that Virgo is more than a mirror of truth. They are a walking test of integrity itself. The sharpness of Virgo's vision is not an accident of personality. It is rooted in the cosmic fabric itself. When celestial forces converge in a conjunction, all things become more visible, all energies more concentrated. Today carries that very weight, magnifying Virgo's natural gift for clarity until it becomes impossible to hide in the shadows. What was faint before is illuminated now. What was subtle becomes undeniable. This is why, when you stand before a Virgo in this window of time, their gaze feels like more than human attention. It is as though the universe itself is looking through them. Spiritually, this sharp sight means Virgo becomes a mirror that does not lie. They are not simply noticing your words or actions, they are perceiving the alignment or misalignment between what you claim and what your energy truly reveals. Their gift is not only intellectual, it is soul deep. Virgo carries within them a piece of order, a fragment of divine justice that refuses to allow distortion to last unchecked. To cross them with dishonesty is to invite exposure, because their very presence destabilizes anything untrue. Yet this gift carries duality. For some, Virgo's vision becomes a blessing, a source of clarity and guidance when confusion is thick. Standing with them feels like finding a lantern in the dark. For others, it becomes sharp and cutting, revealing flaws and illusions that they would rather keep hidden. This is why Virgo can feel polarizing, either a source of comfort or of discomfort, depending on whether you are aligned with truth. The deeper meaning is that Virgo is never just looking outward. They are also the guardians of their own soul's path. By sharpening their sight, the universe allows them to protect not only themselves, but those who walk beside them. Their insight, though often misunderstood, is not meant to harm. It is meant to correct. To reject this correction is to reject the very chance at alignment that the cosmos is offering. This explains why today, of all days, Virgo feels so heightened. Their vision is cosmic, their presence decisive. To interact with them now is to encounter an exam of honesty and alignment. And from here, the energy unfolds into a greater challenge. It is not only that Virgo sees, it is that they embody a living test, one where your integrity will either rise or collapse before their quiet strength. Integrity is the core of this day's test, and Virgo stands as its living embodiment. They are not simply individuals moving through life quietly. They are vessels through which the universe measures authenticity. When you stand before them, whether in conversation, in conflict, or even in silence, you are being weighed. The question is not whether Virgo will approve of you. It is whether your energy will align with truth or fall into deception. To cross them now is to step into that measurement unprepared. The struggle many face in these encounters is not external, but internal. It is the battle between the heart and the mind, between intuition and reason, between fear and courage. To engage a Virgo dishonestly is to feel this conflict press heavily against your chest, as though something inside you refuses to cooperate with the lie. It feels like a cosmic tug of war, pulling you toward honesty even as ego or pride tempts you to resist. This invisible battle is not imagined. It is the exact purpose of the test. Virgo, in their quiet presence, forces this reckoning. They do not need to accuse or confront, because their energy itself becomes the stage where your integrity, or lack of it, reveals itself. It is a mirror so polished that you cannot help but see your own reflection, even if you do not like what is shown. And when that happens, choice emerges. Will you align with truth, or will you cling to illusion? The danger lies not in Virgo's judgment, but in your own decision. If you resist the call to integrity, the karmic traps of this day may unfold. Misunderstandings grow, trust breaks, opportunities slip away. If you embrace honesty, however, you align with blessings instead, for the same energy that exposes dishonor also amplifies authenticity. Virgo, then, is not your enemy. They are the exam. To cross them with deceit is to fail. To stand with them in truth is to pass. The weight you feel is not punishment. It is invitation. The invitation to rise, to be clear, to walk with courage even when it shakes your voice. And this is not theory alone. The world has already shown countless proofs of this energy in action. Stories unfold where signs appear, where those who ignored Virgo's boundary faced consequences, and those who honored it received protection. One such story waits ahead, carrying the marks of numbers, dreams, and undeniable cosmic signals. There was once a man who thought Virgo's boundaries were negotiable. He dismissed their silence as weakness, mistaking their calm for indifference. In his mind, he could cross their line without consequence, whisper half-truths, and still walk away untouched. But the universe was listening, and the test was already in motion. At first, the tension was invisible, like a storm gathering far away. Yet those who are sensitive to energy could feel it. The air grew heavy, the quiet felt charged, and something in his chest warned him that he had gone too far. The first signs arrived subtly but undeniably. He glanced at the clock and saw 11:11 flashing, then 2:22 repeating on receipts and screens. He dismissed them as coincidence, but inside, unease grew. That night, dreams carried him through strange corridors, doors slamming shut, mirrors shattering with faces he could not hide from. When he awoke, sweat on his skin, Virgo's voice echoed in his memory, though they had not spoken a word. It was as if their spirit had followed him, confronting him where he could not escape. The turning point came when Virgo acted not with anger, but with stillness. They lit incense, whispered a release, and grounded themselves in ritual. It was not retaliation, but alignment. And that alignment shifted everything. Suddenly, the man found himself blocked at every turn, plans collapsing, calls unanswered, doors closing. What he thought was power dissolved into confusion. Meanwhile, Virgo walked forward untouched, lighter than before, as though protected by something far greater than themselves. The result was undeniable. The one who crossed Virgo faced karmic traps, while Virgo moved into greater clarity and strength. Justice unfolded without words, without confrontation, through the invisible order that governs all things. The lesson was clear and could not be ignored. Crossing Virgo was never about them alone. It was about colliding with the truth they carry. The moral is simple. When signs appear, when numbers repeat, when dreams turn into warnings, pay attention. They are not accidents. They are cosmic signals pointing toward alignment. To ignore them is to invite the collapse of your own path. To honor them is to find protection. And as the story shows, Virgo is not only a guardian of truth, but also a channel of manifestation, precise and intentional in ways that few can understand. This brings us into the third reason not to cross them. The third reason you must not cross Virgo today is that they are masters of manifestation, precise in the way they channel the law of attraction. Unlike those who drift in vague wishes, Virgo grounds their intentions into structure. They do not simply dream, they define, align, act, and then release with faith. Their process is meticulous, and when the cosmic test intensifies, this gift sharpens into an unstoppable current. To stand against that current is to stand against creation itself, and the universe rarely favors resistance. Virgo's way follows a clear path. First, clarity of intention. They know exactly what they are calling in, writing it in the present tense, already embodying the reality as if it exists. Second, they amplify the intention with elevated emotion, gratitude, joy, certainty, so that their energy vibrates in harmony with what they seek. Third, they move into aligned action, taking steps that prove to the universe they believe in what they are manifesting. And finally, they release, letting go of control, trusting that the unseen forces complete the cycle. This is the Virgo precision that turns thought into form. In practice, Virgo's rituals are deceptively simple. They might ground themselves barefoot on the earth, breathing deeply, while focusing on one intention held firmly in their heart. They might light incense or a candle by an open window, speaking a phrase of release. They might write what must be let go of, then burn the page safely, watching the smoke carry their release into the unseen. These actions are not random. They are symbols that activate unseen laws. Under the waning moon, which favors cleansing and letting go, such rituals become even more powerful, cutting away the old to make space for the new. Protection surrounds them when they move in this way. Salt baths clear their field, affirmations seal their spirit, and simple prayers align them with higher order. To cross them during this process is to collide with energy fortified by clarity, intention, and faith. It is like trying to block a river that is already flowing downhill, futile and exhausting. This is why today carries such weight. Virgo is not wandering or uncertain. They are aligned, deliberate, and protected. The current they create sweeps obstacles aside, leaving only those who walk in truth to move with them. And if you wonder how you will know whether you are safe within this alignment, the signs are already prepared to reveal themselves. The signs of alignment are never complicated, but they are always unmistakable. When you are in flow with Virgo's energy on this day, confirmations arrive like whispers from the cosmos. You may feel sudden chills down your arms, as if unseen wings brushed past. You may see repeating numbers such as 111 or 444 appearing on clocks, messages, or even in the smallest transactions. A calm clarity will settle in your chest, or a wave of peace will arrive without explanation. These are not accidents. They are signals that you have passed the test and are walking in harmony with the order of this day. If you do not feel anything right away, do not assume failure. Many people discover the signs later, sometimes in dreams, sometimes within the span of 2 days. The universe has its own timing, and the confirmation may reach you when your heart is quiet enough to notice. The important part is to stay open, receptive, and ready to recognize the subtle language of the unseen. Maintaining this alignment does not require complex rituals. A single daily habit can keep the path clear: a breath of awareness, a spoken phrase of truth, and a small physical gesture of order, such as placing your hand over your heart with intention. This simple act anchors your energy and reminds your spirit of the gate you already crossed. Equally important is what you avoid in the hours following the test. Resist the pull toward drama, the temptation to overshare, or the urge to make reckless purchases. These actions scatter energy and can cloud the clarity you work to secure. Simplicity, silence, and steadiness are your allies now. The alignment you feel must be guarded with care. To seal this awareness, declare it openly: I claim my cosmic test. This phrase is more than words. It is a decree that affirms your choice to walk in truth. Speak it aloud, write it, or even comment it as a sign of agreement. By naming it, you give form to the unseen and anchor the alignment in your reality. And yet, the journey is not complete. The signs point toward something greater, something final that demands your voice and your courage. The decree of protection waits at the end, a spoken key that closes this passage and ensures you leave this test not only unharmed, but strengthened. You are not ordinary, and if these words have reached you, it is because the universe has chosen you to stand awake within this fragile window of time. The test of today is not meant to break you, but to reveal you, to show that you are stronger, wiser, and more aligned than you once believed. Virgo's presence in this gate has been the mirror, but what you see reflected now is your own resilience, your own truth, your own capacity to walk untouched through chaos. Remember what this day carries. September 16th has not been a casual crossing of hours. It has been a cosmic test, a gate disguised as ordinary time. Those who ignored it stumbled into karmic traps, but you who have listened stand on the edge of blessing. The waning moon has cut away what is false, and Virgo's fire has burned away deception. What remains is clean, aligned, and ready to step forward into miracles. Now comes the moment of decree, the moment when words become anchors for your timeline. Speak them aloud with full conviction, letting the vibration move through your body. I walk protected. I receive miracles. Let the sound itself seal your field. Let it travel into the unseen and mark your path with clarity. This is not just a statement. It is a contract between you and the order that governs all things. To make it stronger, declare it in community. Write it, share it, comment it, so that the energy is multiplied through many voices. I claim my cosmic test. These words are not about Virgo alone. They are about you, about your ability to recognize the exam, to rise above the illusions, and to stand within the light of truth. Each declaration becomes another stone in the foundation of your new path. Do not assume this is the final message. The universe speaks in sequences, and what follows this gate may be even greater, arriving exactly when it is meant to. Stay attentive, stay open, for the next sign may appear in the smallest moment yet carry the greatest weight. See yourself now at the foot of a mountain, the path rising toward a peak bathed in light. Behind you, the valley of confusion fades. Before you, the ascent awaits. Walk forward, protected and chosen, for the decree has sealed you, and the gate has been crossed.